Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Greg Ficara. I'm a councilman in town. Mayor McCormick had a medical procedure today, so you're stuck with the JV team, I like to call myself. I'm pitch hitting. So we're here today, of course, we all know for the flag raising ceremony for Autism Acceptance Awareness Month. It's a month, it's a big tradition here in Woodbridge. It's been going on for quite a while. Thanks in part to many of you people that participate. We have a bunch of people that I'd like to introduce. First, let me take a shot for the council. We have Ms. Debbie Meehan here, Brian Small, councilperson, Kyle Anderson, and also Howie Bauer. So we thank them for being here. From our administration, we have our, thank you, round of applause, please. I'd also like to point out, I saw him, I shook his hand, former Councilman Jimmy Carroll, who's active with Buddy Ball and a lot of the other activities that are going on. Our police chief, Joe Niski, relatively new, but not new to the department's been around for a long time. Jimmy, and Mike Harris. And Nate, community police officer. Nate, I'm sorry, I don't know your last name. Santoni. So Nate, thank you very much for your participation. So I'd like to start out by introducing Sue Borden from the Board of Education, who heads up these things. And Emily is here. Emily's going to come up with her. Emily, maybe you just, how are you?
Thank you. We all know the applause was more for Emily than anything else. I'm Sue Bourdain. I'm Vice President of the Board of Education, and I'm honored to be here again tonight for the I don't know how manyth annual flag raising of the Autism Awareness Flag. It's a huge honor to be here representing a community that I hold so dear. For so many years, how old are you now? 17 years. It's been since we've been a part of a community that I never expected to be a part of, but have been welcomed with open arms. And I just appreciate I know almost every person in this room tonight, and I really appreciate seeing everybody and knowing everybody on a personal level. I appreciate that the town, that Mayor McCormick every year, Megan always reaches out to set up the flag raising. I appreciate that it's the first day. It gets flown all month. It's a really big deal that it's flown all month. Sometimes we don't get these meetings till the end of the month, and sometimes we're on spring break and there's not so many people in the crowd. But it's a big deal that there's, the chairs are full. We appreciate the township, the council, for everybody's support. So I won't keep you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, why don't you guys stay up, because we have a proclamation. Proclamation is rather lengthy, and we certainly know the intention, but I'm going to read a few whereases. The theme of World Autism Acceptance Month in 2025 is Celebrate Differences, which encourages us to see that each person is unique and that autism is not a condition that needs to be fixed, but rather accept as a human diversity that should be embraced, supported, and celebrated. And I think that says it all. So, Sue, Emily, this is for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Emily and I have been buddies for a long time.
That's true.
Okay, so next on the agenda, I am proud to introduce for some remarks somebody who's been actively involved, Detective Michael Harris. Michael, if you can come up and say it.
Good evening, everybody. I've had the pleasure and the privilege to speak in front of thousands of people, and for some reason, this seems more important, right? And it seems more nervous than ever. So, excuse me if I get emotional about things like this. It's near and dear, probably like all of you. From the police department, this is Detective Santoni and I. We do community affairs, right? And our job is to bridge the gap between the community and the police department, right? The community in which we serve, and that means everybody, right? That from 4 to 40 and 8 to 80, right? It just means everybody, no matter what. So I had this great idea. I had this young lady who's my neighbor over here came to my house one day. She actually runs the G&T program for the Board of Education in Avenel, at Avenel Middle School. She came to my house actually selling Girl Scout cookies and said, I said, hey, I have this really, really great idea. Could you help me out? And we talked about implementing something to put actually on our police cars. If you want to give me the ribbon. This is what we put on our vehicles last year. We wanted to kind of step it up a notch. This is what we had last year, your run-of-the-mill ribbon with the autism print on there. So this year we wanted to step it up a notch, and Miss Tobia was incredibly, pass that around, sure. Was incredibly helpful with kind of allowing that to happen. She introduced Gabrielle to us and made this happen. I'm assuming it was a part of a grade, right? Which was a great thing for her, and she got to put her skills to work. And it's something that is, really is not something to take lightly. This is something that's going to be on our police cars for the next 30 days, and I've been around the police department for a little while. Director Niski can say I don't think there's ever been something that was inspired by a child on one of our cars, right? I don't think it has. So this is it's a big deal. It really is a big deal. And I'm glad that we were able to get this done with the help of Ms. Tobia and Ms. Gabrielle and everybody else that was involved with doing this. Fast Signs in Avenel was gracious enough to make these things on very short notice, but they made it happen and they made them look really beautiful. So that is her artwork. We went to her and I said, I need something that's handmade, something hand printed, hand designed and inspired by a student of our Board of Education, which is a big thing. Again, bridging the gap between the community and the police department. So that's what's going to be on our vehicles for the next 30 days. So thank you, and thank you to everybody for being here. We also raise every year. Actually, we have patches that go on our vests, our outer vests that we wear. Again, puzzle print. The money's going to go to POAC just like it does every year. It'll be actually given to them at the walk at Woodbridge High School in June 9th. Am I getting that right? Sorry, June 8th. Okay, one off, but I'll be there. I'll get the date right that day. So again, thank you very much, and I appreciate everybody being here. We're going to put the magnets on the cars. Well, actually, you're going to, because it's your work. We're not going to steal your thunder on that. So again, thank you so much, and really proud of you. Really proud of us being able to get this done. So.
The aforementioned Gabrielle is here. She is a 7th grader at Woodbridge Middle School, and you've heard all the accolades that she well deserves, so we'd like to present her with a plaque. But wait, there's more. Gabrielle has something very important to say. No, I'm just putting her on the spot. Gabrielle, you were the designer of this. I did warn you that I was going to ask you to speak, so slide into the middle. Tell us a little bit about your thought process when you developed that design.
Okay. I'm Gabby. When I was trying to design it, I looked at different photos, and it took me a while to get it just right. I worked really hard on it, and it's a great opportunity for me, and I want to thank Ms. Tobia and Woodbridge for letting me have this opportunity. Thank you.
Are you good with pictures? We're all good?
Yeah, okay, we'll do a group shot real quick and then we'll let's have to do the flag and then
Okay.
All right, guys, if you want to come in here.
I have just a couple more
Director?
things. I got 2 more things. Mr. Haggerty whispered in my ear. Thank you, Gabrielle. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, everybody. I just wanted to point out some other folks. Jenny Perez from the Board of Education is here joining us. Ms. Beth DeJesus from our council. Vito Samaluka and Casey Wagner from our administration. Just walking in, Dan Harris from the Board of Education. These are all people that are concerned and care about the program. Our Assembly Speaker, Craig Coughlin, is here, and I know that he's active and would like to say a few words. So, Craig, why don't you come up? I like your suit, by the way.
Thank you very much, Greg. I'm glad you were there to help me pick it out. I just want to thank everybody. I know how excited everybody gets when we say, "Oh, good, one more speaker, terrific, fantastic." We're just about to make a clean getaway. But I did want to. It was so nice of you to let me stop by to say hello. Congratulations on designing that terrific piece of artwork. You must be really, really talented, and I'm sure everybody's so proud of you. It's wonderful to be here. That we recognize Autism Awareness Month and celebrate it. It's something that for years and for decades was ignored, and now we're embracing all of the goodness of recognizing the challenges that people face and the work that we can do to overcome that. It is what makes the township special when we come together around causes like this, and I'm just proud and privileged to be with you all today. So thanks for letting me have a couple minutes of your time, and now I think we're going to raise the flag. We're going to hoist the flag, so let's go raise the flag.
Good evening. I'll call the council meeting in order. Please rise. Pledge the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence for all our military personnel serving across. Thank you. Mr. Mitch.
Notice requirements of the open public meeting law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Homeless Tribune, the Star Ledger published a notice on January 10th, 2025. It's posted on the municipal bulletin board. Should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Anderson.
Here.
Councilman Bauer. Here. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Here.
Councilman Ficarra. Here. Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilman Patel. Councilman Small.
Here.
Vice President McCullough. And President Spiller.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from March 18th, 2025?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We're beginning with second reading ordinances this evening. We're going to take letters A, B, and C by consent. A is a Chapter 7 amendment, B is a Chapter 6 amendment, C is a Chapter 3 amendment. These are all amendments with regards to the position of Police Department Licensing Coordinator, expanding his responsibilities. With that said, can I get a motion to take up A, B, and C as a public hearing?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Public hearing is now open on letters A, B, and C, A, B, and C only.
John Vatari, Woodbridge, Ohio. Letter C. The ordinance amended the chapter police regulation to the regulation of the Woodbridge Police Department, Bureau of Housing, and Department of Health, and Woodbridge Police Licensing Coordinator. That's mean all the noise, not just the traffic noise, that means of the, bar noise. What kind of, could you explain it more thoroughly? What does it apply to really?
So this will permit the, Mr. Simon, if I say it wrong,
The ABC officer,
The ABC officer.
the ability to issue summonses
Thank you.
in all of these, in A, B, and C.
I understand, but I'm talking about, let's, for example, traffic noise or loud music noise. They're different,
No,
different.
I'm sorry, no, it's just the way the ordinance is written as the header, but this specifically deals with our ABC officer being able to go out and issue summonses as it relates to ABC violations.
Thank you.
Any other comments on letters A, B, or C? There are no other comments. Can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed and the three ordinances be submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We will take The first reading ordinance is listed before you as letters D, E, F, G, H, and I. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be passed on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on April 4th, 2025, with notice of public hearing be held on April 22nd, 2025 at 6 p.m.?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Finally, Mr. President, resolutions 1 through 20. Can I get a motion to move them by consent?
Motion?
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. We'll now go to the public comments portion of tonight's meeting. When approaching the microphone, please state your name and what section of the township or state you live in. You'll have a one-time opportunity to speak up to 5 minutes. All videotaping must be done in what I will call the blue box back there. Any signs or posters must be kept out of the exit access, exit discharge. Thank you.
Any comments from the public this evening?
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Wisniewski. I'm coming here from Paterson, New Jersey, and I'm here to speak about the sale of Sequest Woodbridge, which recently happened. And I would like to say that just let everyone know that this sale of this business is being allowed by the people in this room, and nothing was done by the people who have the authority here to stop the sale of Sequest Woodbridge, and now it's undergoing a name change to be Woodbridge Aquarium, something or other. But all the same issues are still going to be happening at whatever you want to call it now, Woodbridge Aquarium or whatever. After 100 animals died, after 3,500 complaints from visitors and former employees of Woodbridge, Sequest Woodbridge, nothing has been done by the people of authority here, the council or the mayor, and the mayor was actually the one who invited Woodbridge to come and open a location, so he was a big part of that. And after all that, and a New York Times article and an animal rights campaign to shut down Woodbridge, which is a national campaign for the entire business of Sequest, still nothing was done by the people who could affect this sale, who could affect the licenses for the business. And we want to know, are these licenses going to be the same licenses carried over to the new business, or will the new business have to apply for new licenses? We want to know that information.
So the new business will have to apply for any necessary permits, get any other business. This one's a little different because it deals with animals. Mr. Simulka, I know we discussed earlier regarding the,
Sure. On the, if you look on our agenda this evening, on one of the ordinances that we're first reading is the change of our ordinance for farm animals and licensing of farm animals. The initial intent for that ordinance was for residential use only. It was never intended for commercial use or display of animals or showing of animals. So we are recommending a change to the council in that ordinance, that it's for residential use only. And if it does pass on the second reading, next meeting, we will not be issuing the new owners, if there are any. We haven't seen them, we just heard through an email. We won't be issuing them any of our health permits, as long as they're not having any food. That would be a different type of permit.
thank you, Mr. Simulka.
So to finish up here, we cannot allow any licenses to be granted to this business, which is still going to be ran by the same previous owner, so nothing's going to change. And then I just want to say it would be a disaster for the township of Woodbridge to have their name on an aquarium that's known to exploit and abuse animals and neglect them. And every animal that continues to suffer and die is going to be everyone responsibility who had a chance to do something about this and didn't do anything.
1 minute, sorry, sir. Thank you.
Any other comments from the public this evening?
Good evening, Nicole Paternoster, Avenel section. So I think we kind of answered some of my questions, but I just wanted to really let you know that the person who is now opening, it's going to be Woodbridge Aquarium and Wildlife Encounters is the new name. Jeff Cox already had a good deal of shares in Sequest. He has been involved with the Covino family, who was the owner of Sequest for years. We don't really see anything that's going to change. They have put up social media, so they do have an Instagram account and they do have a Facebook account. We went on social media, on Instagram specifically, asked them what they were going to do differently, how they could assure the public it was going to be different. They deleted the comments. They blocked us from their social media already, so we don't, and no one was negative in those things. The questions were things like, Sequest was this way, what do you plan on doing differently? Or how can you assure the residents of Woodbridge that this is going to be different than it was? And they deleted all our comments and turned off commenting for the posts. So I don't see us going in a different direction when we're already doing things like that. So they're actively trying to avoid any questions that we have. And I just wanted to, I hear what you're saying. So the current permit system is set for residents only. The change, potential change, would be to involve commercial?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we understood that. So we have
Not involve commercial, only residential. Sorry, Council.
Okay,
That's okay, no, thank you.
so that would not, they would still be able to get this permit? No problem.
They are not, we are getting, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
The ordinance tonight, which we approved possibly or not, but on April 22nd, is for residential. We will not be issuing, moving forward, we will not be issuing any type of permits unless it's a concessionaire vending, something like that.
Okay.
We will not be issuing permits to this type of establishments anymore.
Great. And then what, do we know what would happen, or is there any idea what would happen for the animals, the farm animals that are already in there, like George the pig? Obviously, I think what we picture them doing is kind of just slapping the new name on Sequest. What would happen to the animals currently there?
So, Council President, those animals that are currently there still fall under the same licenses by the USDA and New Jersey Fish, Game, and Wildlife. Those animals will be taken care of under those guides and guidances. And if the only thing we'll answer to is a cruelty call, animal cruelty, we'll send out our detectives, our health department. We'll take those complaints as we receive them, and we'll report them to the two agencies that I just mentioned.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Veronica LaBreche. I'm actually from Michigan, and hearing about what is happening at Sequest and now Woodbridge Aquarium is horrifying, and I'm hoping that we can trust that with the new ownership or name that the animals will be treated differently. I understand that there is a sanctuary to where they can go, so there is somewhere that there is a better option for these animals. And I just want to let you know that there are many more eyes on this than what you may think. So just want to there's a lot of pressure on this, so I hope you do the right things.
Any other
Thank you.
comments from the public?
John Vitarik, Woodbridge. I've been coming quite a few times over here, and those people against the closing this stuff because the abuse is losing money, it's going bankrupt. Are we buying this thing from previous owners, or we just let them use our name? Why would we do something like that if that thing is non-profit, it's not making money? Why would we buy something like that? Why would we get involved with something like that? It's a sinking ship.
I'm sorry, Mr.
And
Clark.
why are we doing this?
Just for a little clarification, why would the township purchase what?
Why are you purchasing this aquarium?
We're not purchasing it.
Pardon me?
We are not, the township is not purchasing Sequest or any other aquarium.
Why would they let them use our name? It's got bad reputation, it's a bad things.
We have no control over the name they choose to use. We don't own the right to use the name Woodbridge. There's many companies out there that have the name Woodbridge in the title. For example, right next door, the Woodbridge Brewery. That's not.
Well, Woodbridge Brewery, it's only one of a kind, but you got a
Yeah, we don't
Woodbridge,
have
this is
proof
what
of
you
using the
said.
name.
But my question would be, why are we getting involved in it? To
We are-
sell wild animals, domestic animals, or just build somebody out of a sinking ship, from sinking ship?
You're not getting involved with what?
To help them out, to stay in business.
We're not helping them out at all.
Well, what are you doing now? Why did they keep the same name then?
I don't understand your question.
I understand. I can't hear him, I'm sorry.
I can't hear or understand the question.
They're new owners.
They're new owners.
They changed the name. They bought it through
New owner. Who's the new owner?
Proceed. The other company's in bankruptcy, and the new company bought it. They're changing the name to Woodbridge. We don't have control of the name Woodbridge. As Eric pointed out, there's probably 100 businesses in Woodbridge called the Woodbridge fill in the blank.
Okay, no.
So we can't tell them to.
The new owner took it over, not the existing owner.
It's not the existing owner, as I understand it. It was the existing
sure?
owners were in
You
bankruptcy, and the new owners, who was one of the board members, I guess, or a co-owner, or whatever, a partial owner, is the purchaser through the bankruptcy court.
Thank you.
I'm not mistaken.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Thank you, Mr. Kaufman, Mr. Lang. I'm sorry. Gentleman in the back, can you get that out of the exit access? You weren't here when I gave the direct instructions. Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Ken Gardner, 101 Scoter Avenue, Woodbridge. I have questions about ordinances H and I. They both look like they're long-term tax exemptions. First, I've said this before, I just want to say it again to the council and to the administration. I think the public, I'm confident the public is overwhelmingly opposed to the building of more apartments. So to give apartment builders tax breaks is just ridiculous, and I would again ask you to stop. Ordinance H looks like it is a tax exemption for the Main Street property, Vito Mazza. Is that another 30-year tax abatement? Can somebody just explain to me what that is?
So, Mr. Gardner, regarding that is... 30, is it 30 years?
30
Yes,
sir.
30, that pilot is 30 years. The project site currently generates only $54,000 in real estate taxes. However, upon completion and stabilization, the project will pay a base annual service charge of approximately $200,000 per year, estimated to be in excess of $13,200,000.
Well, I'm sure you won't listen to me and you pass it. So when you do pass it, could you at least give us a tax cut with all this money you have coming in? I mean, you're building apartments all over the place, you're giving all these people tax breaks. The homeowners aren't getting any tax breaks. So why don't you take the money that comes in from this stuff that you're not listening to us when we're asking you to stop and give it back to the taxpayers? We deserve a tax cut.
Is that a question?
How about on ordinance I?
I'm sorry, was that a question, or is that just you?
That was a statement.
Okay.
How about on ordinance I? Can you explain that? Exactly where that is?
So that is the former, which has been mentioned here on numerous occasions, that is the former Lord and Taylor property at Woodbridge Center Mall. Upon completion, the project is estimated to generate an additional, right now, it generates approximately $279,000. Upon completion of the project, it's estimated to generate an initial amount of $378 over 30 years of the tax.
So it's another 30-year tax break?
That is what I said, yes, that's correct.
We have businesses all up and down Main Street that have been successful. San Remo's Pizza has been there for 57 years, I think, give or take. Il Costello's, great restaurant on Main Street, very successful. Before I was there, it was Mandica's. Maybe it was something else in between. We have successful businesses all over the township. Woodbridge is the crossroads of New Jersey. Every major highway crisscrosses in Woodbridge. It's a beautiful town. We've got great neighbors. Why are we giving all these people tax breaks? The people that deserve tax breaks are the homeowners. Please stop giving these businesses tax breaks. The businesses that are here have been successful, not just on Main Street, but around town, and it's an unfair advantage you're giving a few select businesses. Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
Sorry, Mr. Mitch, Mr. Councilman. Your time is done, Mr. Gardner. Thank you. Councilman Ficarra.
Thank you.
What do you mean my time is done? Did I have time left?
You started walking, I don't have the stopwatch in front of me.
Well, I mean, if it's on the subject, how much time?
Well, you started to walk away. I didn't. I'm just,
If the council.
You can
is
stay there
asking
all you
a question
want.
On my comments.
I already yielded the floor to Mr. Ficarra.
I will wait until you're done, in case there's anything else that I want to comment.
Well, I want to hear your question.
I don't have a question.
Councilman Ficarra already said, excuse me.
Sorry, Councilman.
No, that's okay, Councilman Ficarra. Councilman Ficarra already said he will yield. You can finish your 5 minutes. Your time is running.
If the council wants to talk on the subject, I'm asking what he has to say.
And I responded that I'll wait until you're finished in case there's something else I want to talk about.
1 minute, sir.
So you refuse to debate the subject?
Excuse me?
It's not the forum for debate.
It is the forum for debate.
Oh, according to you. So,
According to our democracy, sir,
okay.
it is the forum for debate.
Yeah.
So why do you refuse to debate me on the subject? You're giving tax breaks to all these people.
I'm not refusing to debate you, but now is not the time to do that.
When should we do it?
Oh, I don't know. You're running for council. Why don't you think about it?
I'll stop by tomorrow if you'd like. After, I get out of work at 4, we could stop by. Let's have a debate on Main Street any day you like. But this is the proper place. I don't understand why you're holding off on your comments.
You'll hear my comments, and then you can come back at the next meeting.
Right.
Are there any other comments from the public this evening?
My 2 comments are, number 1, the pilot program that is mentioned is payment in lieu of taxes. And the majority of the money that is saved by the people that receive the pilot comes out of federal and state funding. The local funding, as it was presented by the president, we get a nice chunk of money that is used, and there's a long list of things that we have done that are good for the community, that affect our property values, that is a positive thing for the town. The other thing that I wanted to mention is, like Mr. Gardner, I'm a regular at Main Street on many of the restaurants that he's referring to, and you can talk to any of them. Since these apartments, these high-end apartments have been built, the foot traffic on Main Street has increased significantly, therefore their revenue has gone up, and it's a very exciting time. So that's all I wanted to say, Council President. Thank you.
I appreciate the follow-up. Thank you, Councilman Ficarra.
Motion to close the public comment portion.
Motion.
Second. Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mitch. We will now move to the agenda portion of the meeting. Starting with me. Item number 12, I said this last meeting, but I want to make sure all the residents hear it. Item number 12, Cable Commission. One of the biggest concerns raised by our residents for the past 2 decades has been the lack of competition among cable companies for phone, computer, and internet services. Fortunately, 2 new options are in the works to bring this competition. Verizon has already begun a new project to invest in Woodbridge by building the infrastructure necessary to bring Fios to the township. Optimum has applied for permits to build 10 sites to house their fiber-only infrastructure for yet another option for our customers. Both will be up and running in some sections of town later this year with expectations of full wiring within 3 years. We are still in the application permitting stage of the projects with the BPU. The rest of my agenda is in order. Just one announcement. Very excited. The Bussin' Empanada Boys are back, and their whole crew and family. The Bussin' Terminal is now open at 1020 Rawway Avenue, home of the former Feed Your Soul. Please come and check them out for fantastic food and atmosphere. Food's great, so please come on down. Thank you to all emergency responders, fire, EMS, our Woodbridge Police Department, CERT, and all our public works and township employees. God bless America. Council Vice President McCollum is excused. Councilman Anderson.
Thank you very much, Council President. I have one item to mention. Our tooling around, the annual tooling around the township program will be this April 26th, I'm sorry. If you are looking to volunteer, we are looking for volunteers. We've already selected the homes for this year. If you would like to be on the list for next year, you can always contact 732-602-6015, or you can email tooling@twp.woodbridge.nj.us. However, we are looking for volunteers for this year, and this tooling around the township is a great volunteer opportunity for a lot of our high schoolers who are looking for volunteer hours. Also for a lot of our local organizations that will help residents that are looking for assistance for their homes, and the projects vary. It can be from a yard cleanup, but there also are some jobs that do require some craftsmen, and we do have a number of people that we have lead craftsmen or contractors to lead the projects, and what we're really looking for is some laborers or some groups that would be willing to do so. So if you are interested, please contact the township. We'd love to see you out there on April 26th. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Anderson. Councilman Ficarra.
Thank you. Council President, just a few things on my agenda. First of all, as we approach Easter, not this Saturday, the following Saturday, April 12th, from 10 to 12 over at Parker Press. If you have young children, well, they don't necessarily have to be young, but pictures with the Easter Bunny over at Parker Press between the hours of 10 and 12, and that's always fun. Our Township Earth Day celebration is also on April 12th from 10 to 1 p.m. at Acacia Youth Center on Port Reading Avenue. We'll have tree planting. There's a lot of different vendors there talking about things that involve our environment for the better of our environment. April in Woodbridge Township is Youth Month. I just wanted to point out that during our spring, let me get to it right here, excuse me for a second, during our spring break from our schools on Wednesday, the 23rd is our Big Wheels Day. That's a very nice tradition in Woodbridge. All heavy equipment and trucks are out in the parking lot at Woodbridge Center. The kids can climb on them, blow the horns, blow the whistles. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of excitement. And a special thanks goes out to Jen Stokel and our youth services team and our recreation folks, Brian Molnar, for putting that all together. And then looking way ahead to our 4th of July celebration. I know that's a ways off, but people like to plan. The celebration is scheduled for Thursday, July 2nd, and a rain date of the next day, Friday the 3rd. I believe Warren Park, Mr. Semaluka, it's not Warren Park, Alvin P. Williams Park is closed until 4?
Gates open at 4 p.m.
Okay, so the park will be closed that whole day, and then you can enter at 4 o'clock. So that's all I have. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilman Ficarra. I'm sorry, Councilman Small.
Thank you, Council President.
No, I'm sorry, Councilman Small. No, before they left, are you on the same page? They're good?
Yeah, they'll be back.
Okay, Councilman Bauer. Okay, if you want to go out now, might as well.
Yeah,
We're all sorts of
Yeah. Just a couple of announcements. Mayor Max Cafe, open Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., located at 881 West Avenue in Port Reading. Come enjoy a terrific breakfast or lunch. And I'd just like to commend Director Niski. I had the privilege of attending, along with the Council President and Councilwoman Meehan, the swearing in of the new officers and the awards given to the officers. It was very nice, and thank you. We appreciate that. And that's all I have this evening, Council President. God bless America.
Thank you, Councilman Small. Sorry for messing you up for a second. Councilman Bauer.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I have one announcement tonight. Ford's Business Community Easter Stroll will be this Saturday, April 5th from 12 to 2 p.m. Event starts on New Brunswick Avenue at the public parking lot next to the Ford's VFW. There'll be food vendors, food trucks, giveaways, and a good day to come out and meet your local business owners. The event is weather pending, so please check the FBC website and Facebook page for any updates. That's all I have tonight, Council President. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman Bauer. Councilwoman DeJesus.
Thank you, Council President. Item number 5, I just have a couple of announcements. Police community relations. I want to go over a couple of events that our police community officers have planned, and I think that they're great events. Today they attended the flag raising for autism here in Town Hall. Kennedy Park School number 24 has an autism bubble day Friday, April 4th at 10:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. The rain date is April 11th. At the Jago School has autism bubble day on Friday April 11th at 1:15 p.m. Similar to School 24, both schools have a high population of our kids with special needs. Isla Middle Schools, and this is exciting because I've been to a couple of these and they're always a lot of fun, so if you have nothing to do, Isla Middle School Cops versus Kids Dodgeball will be Thursday, April 17th at 1 p.m. Again, it's a great opportunity to engage with the students, and then they will be participating in Tooling Around the Township, Saturday, April 26th at 9 a.m. It's a township-wide event where they will fix 22 homes in town. They would like everyone to wear either a police department or a PBH shirt. And if you are interested in getting a PBH shirt, contact Mike Harris, because I know that they have a shirt on sale right now. Again, you can find his number in our website for the community policing. And this just shows what our police department and the men and women of the department do to engage with the community outside of regular hours. Item number 11, Barron Art Center. I have two announcements. They have a spring artist reception on Gallery on the Main on April 24th, featuring works by various artists. And again, it's Gallery on the Main, and it will be the weekend of April 24th through April 26th. And the Barron Arts Center is still, will have the senior art show will be on view from April 3rd through the 22nd, with a reception on April 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. And again, that's the Woodbridge Senior Art Show 2025, and it's artwork by our senior residents of Woodbridge Township. That is all that I have. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Councilwoman DeJesus. Councilwoman Meehan.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order tonight.
Thank you. Councilman Kel's excused. Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you, Mr. President. My agenda too is in order. Just a reminder, we will be going into the Board of Health meeting.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Mr. Saluka.
Thank you, Council President. I have two items on my agenda this evening. I have a tax and sewer overpayments, and I have 100% disabled vet. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, Mr. Saluka. Director Niski.
Thank you, Council President. On my agenda, I have an ordinance proposal for a yield fund. That's it.
Director Darby.
Thank you, Council President. Just our standard bi-weekly refund resolution. Thank you.
Thank you, Director. Director Burch.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I have nothing this evening.
Thank you.
Council President, I omitted some comments, and I just wanted to read something on behalf of a student that had reached out to me. Would that be okay? It's just very brief. Very sorry. All right? Good evening, members of the council. My name is Samita Berry, and I'm an Edison freshman. And I'm speaking on behalf of myself and my friends, Havrisha Gangula and Hassani Maraseta, who go to Woodbridge Academy, couldn't be here. We are asking Woodbridge Town Council to join Metuchen, Franklin Township, Essex County, Cape May, and others to pass a resolution endorsing the New Jersey Green Amendment, and I've passed a handout about it. The New Jersey Student Sustainability Coalition is made up of high school students across the state. We care about this so much that our members have worked to build support for it constantly for 5 years. The Green Amendment could be a ballot resolution in the November election if both the New Jersey Senate and Assembly hold a hearing and approve it with enough support before the summer recess. Then, if passed by more than 50% of the voters, the following wording and another paragraph would be added to the New Jersey Constitution. And it's every person has a right to a clean and healthy environment, including pure water, clean air, and safe climate, ecologically healthy habitats, and to the preservation of the natural and scenic qualities of the environment. The state shall not infringe upon those rights. The state's natural resources, among them its waters, airs, and flora, fauna, climate, and public lands, are the common property of all the people, including both the present and the future generations. The state shall serve as a trustee of these resources and shall conserve all and maintain the benefit for all the people. This is not a radical idea. It is the bare minimum. The Green Amendment isn't about politics. It's about ensuring every person has the basic right to breathe clean air, and it's a right and not a luxury. I know that there are environmental regulations that protect us, but don't want to provide the same protection as a constitutional amendment. Prioritizing the environment is so important now. Microplastics from air and from water are already in our blood, our organs, and even in our babies. Climate change is accelerating, biodiversity is plummeting. Are you telling me that we have the right here to bear arms, but not the right to breathe fresh air? And I'm just going to, Woodbridge has been recognized for sustainability, and it's cleaner thanks to their efforts of this council and many others. This is a time for you to show that you care for New Jersey's youth and wildlife. We are the generation that is growing up with the constant fear of environmental destruction. Show us that you will take a hold of action when it matters most. Make this a moment where Woodbridge leads by example, where you will choose to stand for the people, for the future, and for the right of the healthy environment. I'm reading this on behalf of Samita. Samita had reached out to me, and unfortunately she missed out the opportunity to speak because she arrived a little bit late. I am reading this on behalf of her and her fellow classmates. Samita, thank you very much. And Council President and the rest of the council, thank you very much for affording me the few minutes to read this for Samita. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Hanson. And thank you.
I get a motion to go right into the Board of Health meeting.
Motion.
Second. Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Mr. Halligan, quarterly health report, please.
President, my agenda is in order. I just have two reminders, two May events coming up. One is our second of three rabies clinics. It'll be held on Wednesday, May 14th, from 4 to 7 p.m. And we have our Mental Health Awareness Day as well, which will be held the same day as the street fair on Saturday, May 17th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Town Hall. So please try to attend and offer support.
Thank you, Director, for the information. We will promote.
Motion.
Motion, meeting adjourned. Thank you. Have a good day.